Year 3, guys, of my preview and prediction series. So what to expect from the Atlanta Hawks this season. Let's go through it. We'll talk about every single player on the roster. We'll talk about the season, my expectation from Nate McMillan, Dejounte Murray, Trae Young, John Collins, DeAndre Hunter, Clint Capella, Onyeka Okongwu, everybody on this roster. We'll be talking about every single one of them. This is my third year doing this. Going to cover every team before hopefully training camps kicks off on the 26th of September. Let's get right into it. I want to hear your thoughts right now. What do you expect from the Hawks? Who do you think could be an X factor? Who do you think could be a surprise player who makes an impact? And what do you expect from them record-wise? I will say it right now, this team at the very minimum is a top 6 seed. I don't see them being anything lower than the 6th seed. And I do believe that they spent this offseason correcting the one thing that has screwed them over the last 2 seasons, even though they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Defense. And they finally fixed it. Let's get right into it. I want to hear your thoughts. We're on the way to 10,000. Let's talk about it. So, first off, we need to understand that Dejounte Murray is playing shooting guard, and I interviewed Kevin Stronard, lead writer of Hawks.com 2 times now, and he's basically saying that they did technically bring in Aaron Holiday, who is a backup point guard, but there is the belief that Trae Young, Dejounte Murray, one of them will always be on the floor. But the thing is that they need to coexist. But besides that, the Hawks were too easy to defend and needed another offensive threat. I said this going into this offseason. The Hawks had to get a running mate for Trae Young. What did they do? They went out and get Trae Young a running mate. Murray, who averaged 21 points and 9 assists in his all-star season with the Spurs, is going to definitely fill that void. And the thing is Murray likes the ball in his hands. And for this duo to work, Trae Young has to get used to playing without the ball more, which Young worked out this offseason with Steph Curry's trainer and Steph Curry, presumably on sharpening his catch and shoot skills as well as off-ball movement. And it seems like he's welcoming the challenge. So if there's anything, I think Trae Young's scoring will go up. Maybe his assists go down a little bit. But with this, Trae Young and Dejounte Murray are going to, I think Dejounte Murray, they're both going to be playing off ball, and people forget Trae Young's one of the best passers. And we could sit here all day and tell you about Dejounte Murray and Trae Young. Trae Young, still the point guard. Dejounte Murray is the shooting guard, but he'll be basically the secondary playmaker. And at times, they're going to be running plays where Trae goes off ball and gets set up for catch and shoot, similar to how Steph Curry is being utilized. Now, if we go here, DeAndre Hunter, it would be a lot to ask for him to play like he did in the playoffs, but we need, if you guys don't remember, in 17 games in his second season, he was averaging about 17 points a night. I think it was 7 rebounds, 6 rebounds with 3 assists and a steal and a block a night, while almost shooting 40% from 3 and close to 50 from the field. If we can get that, DeAndre Hunter, we're amazing. Okay, and we just need DeAndre Hunter to be kind of the glue guy. DeAndre Hunter has to be the glue guy, the guy who grabs rebounds, best perimeter defender, does a little bit of everything, passes, moves the ball, keeps it moving, two-way threat. They need that. John Collins, I would love John Collins to be John Collins of 2 years ago, and I think John Collins hasn't been utilized correctly. But if they can use John Collins with DeAndre Hunter and Dejounte Murray as these 3 guys from the 2, 3, and the 4 positions, as these, John Collins can really be that multi-positional hybrid defender that they need. And with John Collins, I think his scoring number might go down. I see John Collins this season being a 15 and 10 guy, maybe a 17 and 10 guy. But I see that DeAndre Hunter potentially being the 17 point scorer, being the 3rd leading scorer on this team, with John Collins being more the 4th scorer. But Bogdan, which we'll talk about in a second, is going to be the 6th man. So he could actually be the 3rd leading scorer, while John Collins and DeAndre Hunter are the 4th and 5th options. And I think when you look at John Collins, we just need him to be that multi-positional defender. We need Hunter and Collins to kind of be the glue guys who can also score. While Clint Capella, he just needs to continue doing what he does, but maybe be a bit better at rim protection. He kind of regressed defensively this past season, and hopefully he can play like he did 2 years ago. If not, I truly believe that when season comes, like by the time this season ends, Clint Capella will be coming off the bench, and Onyeka Okongwu will be the team starting center. Onyeka Okongwu, the only thing holding him back from closing the 4th quarters last year was foul. I think his foul troubles will be gone. And also, he said this offseason that to Kevin Stronard that the next time we see Onyeka Okongwu play basketball, he will have a jump shot. So I am fully believing that. Imagine if Onyeka Okongwu comes out there and they can have Collins, Okongwu, Hunter, Murray, that's an insane defensive team right there. Okay, and I expect Okongwu to take the jump. Okongwu, hopefully by season's end, will replace Clint Capella in the starting lineup, which will allow them to trade Clint Capella in the offseason. And I know Clint Capella is very good friends with Trae Young, but I think they do want to make Okongwu that starting center by season's end. Now, when we look at the rest of the roster, I think people need to understand that this is a team, okay, that, look, first off, there is a bunch of young guys that we will address, but first off, I think Mo Harkless and Justin Holiday will be guys playing 10 to 17 minutes a night. Justin Holiday, 3-and-D guy. Mo Harkless, multi-positional defender who'll be backing up John Collins. Justin Holiday, I think, will be backing up between the shooting guard and small forward positions, while Bogdan Bogdanovic, I truly believe he has that potential to be sixth man of the year, coming out and scoring, like basically given the green light to shoot as many shots as he wants. And I could very much believe he could go back up to the numbers that he averaged his first season in Atlanta, which was 16.5 points a game. I mean, for the past 3 years, he's at least averaged 15 points a game, but I think if he can get back to his 2020 numbers off the bench, maybe, I don't know if he'll be playing 29 minutes. I think maybe closer to 25. But still, if he can shoot efficiently, score, and give you about a steal a night, I think Bogdan could be a six-man of the year candidate. I think, like I said, Mo Harkless, Justin Holiday, and Aaron Holiday will be the main guys rotating off the bench. And behind those guys, I think you go with, because if you start the starting lineup of Hunter, Murray, Young, Collins, and Clint Capella, that's your first five. Boogie off the bench, Bogdan. So that's your six guys right there. So immediately after that, you probably go 7, Onyeka Okongwu, 8, Justin Holiday, 9, Mo Harkless, 10, we'd probably go Aaron Holiday, because like I said, Bogdan, Onyeka, Holiday, Justin Holiday, Mo Harkless, Aaron Holiday, and that's when you start to hit. And that's the 10-guy rotation, which I believe they'll play most of the season. Now we got to figure out between Chris Sylvia, Jarrett Culver, Armani Brooks, Trent Forrest, Jalen Johnson, Malik Ellison, and Tyson Etienne will make, like Jalen Johnson will be on the team, but you have to understand who will be part of the rotation. Because if we want to talk about guys who are on the bubble of this roster that might not actually even, their training camp deals, I'll tell you guys right now who's on the training camp deal. So Trent Forrest and Jarrett Culver are both on two ways. So those two guys are more than likely going to be on the roster next year, okay? While our guys, if you want to look at it this way, Chris Sylvia, Frank Kaminsky, I think Frank's definitely fighting for a roster spot, even though they need a backup center. Like, it would take a lot for them to cut from Frank Kaminsky, but I still think Frank Kaminsky's 11. Okay, he's right there, 11. Actually, Jalen Johnson's 11. 12 is Frank Kaminsky. 13, AJ Griffin. Okay, and then you have over here Tyrese Martin signed a multi-year deal, so I see Tyrese Martin being 14 if 11 is Jalen Johnson, 12 in the rotation is Frank Kaminsky, 13 AJ Griffin, 14 being Tyrese Martin, and then at 15 I could see Chris Sylvia being the to get extra depth up there, and I could see the odd man out being Tyson Etienne, Malik Ellison, Armani Brooks, and then your two-way guys are Jarrett Culver and Trent Forrest. So that's what I think the roster will look like. So basically the guys that will get cut, in my opinion, Tyson Etienne and Malik Ellison will be the two, and Armani Brooks will be the three guys. Armani Brooks, Tyson Etienne, and Malik Ellison will be the three guys cut. I think the bottom of the roster will end up being, as I told you, the 10-man rotation with the starting lineup being Dejounte Murray, Trae Young, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, Clint Capella, then Onyeka Okongwu, Bogdan, Aaron Holiday, Justin Holiday, Mo Harkless. At 11, Jalen Johnson. 12, Frank Kaminsky. 13, we have right there, I'm literally blanking on the name right now. We'll do 13, Tyrese Martin. Okay. 14, you got yourself Chris Sylvia. And 15, I said the final guy would most likely be probably, if it's after Chris Sylvia, who else did I say? I feel like I'm missing somebody in this number at the round off. I'm missing someone right there. Tyrese Martin, AJ Griffin, yeah. So the 3 guys being cut: Brooks, Ellison, Etienne. I want to hear your thoughts down below. But that's the video. Little preview for you guys. Let me hear your thoughts if you guys agree with what I said. But basically, that's it. I hope you guys do have a great day. And cheers, everyone. Have a good one. Puppies. Ooh.